Hey guys, it's Tracy from Country Charm by Tracy. How's everybody doing? Maybe just a few minutes early. Hey guys, it's Tracy from Country Charm by Tracy. Want to make sure that I can hear myself on my iPad. Say hello as you come on. I sent out a text message to my group and I put it on my page because I'm just kind of a spur of the moment person. Hey, as you come in, I'm so glad that y'all are here. How's everybody doing on this Thursday? Yeah, day before Friday. All right. So I'll just chat with you just a little bit. I had said that I was going live at 12:15, but you know, everyone's clock is just a little bit different. Hey guys, hello as y'all come in. I'm so glad that y'all are here. I wanted to share my heart rail wreath idea that I was doing. And hi Cheryl from Spring Lake, Michigan. It is cold here in Brenham, Texas. Let me tell you, yesterday was very pleasant. It was like 70 something. Well, today it's like 30 something. Hi Karen. Hey Debbie, my sister. Yeah, you my sister too, girl. So blessed by your friendship. Hi, Catherine. Good afternoon, sunshine to you. Anyway, so today, like a norther blew in, and so we're cold. And so, you know, I know y'all, my friends up in the states that have lots of wintry weather, you're like, that's peanuts to us. But we're used to 70s, and then we go to 30s, and it's like, brr, it's cold. You know, we're all in our jackets and our gloves and all that kind of stuff. Yes, I know. Janice said the temp is so weird. Hi, Catherine from the Texas Hill Country. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for being here so that I can share these wonderful talents that the Lord has given to me. I'm so glad. Well, hello, if it's your first time watching, I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Tracy. I love to share crafty ideas with a bit of rustic country charm, and I craft here on my page. I also share my gifts and talents over on my YouTube channel, which is Country Charm by Tracy, so I invite you to go over there as well. Laura, wind chill of minus 15 degrees here in Chicago. Wow. I can't even imagine. Anyway, so we were all bundled up with our coats and gloves and hats and scarves and stuff, all that good stuff. Anyway, so after I took my boys to school today, I went to Walmart to get a couple of things, and I wanted to just show you real quick the beautiful flowers that they have. You know, I am an advocate for Walmart flowers because look at this beautiful bunch of, it says a mini ranunculus. Did I already take the tag off? Oh no, here it is. It says a mini ranunculus bush. Look how beautiful this is. It was $3.47. And then I got some of this. Has greenery. I love all the different bushes that have the different textures and different greenery in it. It looks like it has some lavender in it, very light lavender. And this was $3.47 as well. And it just says the mixed greenery bush. Anyway, so, you know, if you're interested in that kind of thing, I mean, you could, this is two separate ones, but you could make a beautiful bouquet for less than $10, you know? Anyway, so I'm not using those in my wreath rail, but I wanted to share that with you because I have been an advocate of Walmart florals for a while. And everybody has their own, you know, opinions about things. Anyway, so I think so too. The flowers are beautiful and a good price, and they're good quality. Okay, so I don't know if you remember, was it last week or maybe a couple weeks, because time is going by so fast. I had shared just an idea that I had in my head of, this is a heart wire form from the Dollar Tree, and I had taken off just this section of you know, of a candy cane, and I had zip tied it together, and I was gonna make a wreath, heart rail. There is on, I think she's here on Facebook, and she's Hot Mesh Mom, and so she does the rails and stuff like that, and they're so cute. And maybe Dora's Wood Ideas or something like that. Anyway, but I was like, oh, I wonder if I could make one of those with, you know, like you know, the end of a candy cane. Anyway, thanks for being here, guys. Okay, so this is what I come up with. I started doing this yesterday, and I started filming it, a video for my YouTube channel, and so I said, well, maybe I'll just finish it with y'all here. Anyway, this is how it turned out. This is where I am so far. So I really, really like it. I had got this mesh, these, I call it snowball mesh. It's pale pink, and I got some hot pink, and then I got some red. I had shared that with y'all a couple of weeks ago, and I had, you know, I have all these good intentions. Like, I'm like, oh, I could do that, or I could do that. Well, then like time slips away, and then before you know it, I'm like, it's a new season or new holiday that I need to be working on. You think so, Janisa? I like it too. It took a little thought, but I like it. And so let me just show you the back. You know, I just put this on with pipe cleaners. And so a friend had, you know, suggested, because like there's one part of the candy cane, because I snipped off this part like right here where right before the bar, and she had said just bend it. Well, I couldn't, I mean, there's no way to bend it. It was either going to break the wire, or I couldn't break it, or I couldn't bend it. Okay, I know I have a whole lot of good intentions. I'm like, oh, I could do that, or I could do, yeah, I have a craft room supply problem, because I'm like, oh, well, I could do that, or I could do that. Anyway, so this is where I'm at the moment. What I did is I had some of the pink burlap from the Dollar Tree, and I used 2 rolls, and I just wrapped it around the frame. And this right here is 30 bunches of the mesh right here. And so I just have it clipped together with just a little clip that I get from the Dollar Tree. And I kind of was just going to like put a bow on it and call it a day. But you know, I can never really like stop doing stuff, because I'm like, oh, maybe I could do that. Oh, well, maybe I could do that. And so as I was looking at it, I wanted to just finish it up. I'm going to have 30 of these bunches on here. So I'm going to show you how I'm putting them on. I just took some pipe cleaners, or a pipe cleaner, and cut it in half. And so what I'm doing is, so I'll just kind of show you up kind of close here. So here you can see where the bend is. So I had to be a little creative when it comes to, you know, putting them on so that it looked a little even. And then, you know, it kind of curves up here just a bit. So I want to put another one of these on there. And then I was just going to put a bow on here and, like I said, call it a day. But then I got another idea. So that's why I called y'all on here today and said, let's craft and finish this. Anyway, so thanks for hanging out with me. And I got the sweetest message from a lady on my YouTube channel, because I share it over there as well. So welcome if you're watching on the replay. And she said that she lives alone and she loves just to hang out. You know, it gives her a sense of friendship and connection, because she doesn't have anyone to connect with. So hello. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for that sweet message. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I just bent over the ends, and then I just layered them like that. And so then I just kind of hard to do it like that. I just put it around the rail, and I'll hold it up in just a second, because I know that y'all may have a hard time seeing. So I just put it around the rail, or around the wire rather, just like that. And then I haven't cut off like my extra pipe cleaners yet because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it. So I don't know if y'all have some ideas. I don't know. I'm going to show you some of the thoughts that I had, but sometimes y'all have great ideas, and you know, y'all share them with us crafters, and it just turns out wonderful. It's just stuff that we haven't even thought about. Okay. Hi, Nelda. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so much for your sweet comment, sweet lady. I appreciate that. Okay. Seems off a little bit. I think I got it too high. So sometimes I eyeball my stuff a lot. I don't know if y'all are like that or if y'all are a measurer. Are y'all a measurer? Yeah, I got it on the wrong wrong wire. So that's why it was up too high. So let's try again. Because you know, the candy cane wires or candy cane frames, or all these frames have 4 wires on it. And so being a wreath maker, you know, it just kind of comes almost second nature to me to kind of know which wire to put it on. But I get comments or, you know, questions about, well, which wire did you put that on? And so something that seems so simple to me, I have to remember that it's not, it doesn't come quite as naturally to other people. You know, how long are they cut? Oh, okay. Thank you for asking, because I was going to share that. I cut these at 6 inches. 6 inches. And so that's what I did, is I just started layering them on here. I started in the middle, and then I just, you know, started putting my bunches on there. And so this is how I did it, because I have one more to make 30. So I have 30 bunches of these 3 on here, and this is what I have left out of 2, like 2 of each, 2 red, 2 hot pink, 2 pale pink. And when I bought the, a couple of weeks ago when I shared my haul or whatever, my stuff, I had shared that I also bought this one. It is a white mesh that has the red ribbing foil through it. I didn't like it. I started putting it on it, you know, I was going to mix it all together, but this was fraying too much. And I was like, no, 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 no. And so please don't be offended if you are one that likes the Dollar Tree mesh, but I just don't. Anyway, so if you ask a question and I don't see it, feel free to ask again, or I will go back later and answer your question. Anyway, so what I did is I just alternated them, like the colors. Like I put, you know, since I had 3 colors, I put, like, you know, the first bunch I put red on top, then I put the hot pink, then I put white, and I tried to like space them out. I'm not saying that it's perfect or anything, but what I did is I just, this mesh, one side, you can feel like the I call it snowball mesh. You can kind of feel like the paint. I think it's paint on there, or it's something, I don't know, something puffy. Anyway, so I just bent over the edges just like this, and then gather it just like that. And so I did all of them the same way. So like this is the front, and then this is the back. And so you like if you run your fingers over it, you can kind of feel which one has the puffy part in it. Anyway, so I just bent over the edges just like this. I want my snowball to be on the outside. So I bent over my edges like this, and then I just gathered it in the middle. And so like the puffier part is on the outside. And then I just made it into an X. And then this is the third one. And so I just kind of put them on my table and just bent over the edges like this and gathered, almost like a bow tie, if that makes sense, like a bow tie. And then I just, you know, put it in, cross them, like, you know, so they would be different. Anyway, so this right here makes the 30th bunch. And so I just want to figure out. So I don't know if you may have heard me say this, but I get these clips at the Dollar Tree. Well, I bought a couple packages. Once you buy them, you don't need to continue to buy them. I bought these at the Dollar Tree, and they help with holding things. Like, they become my extra fingers. And so I just, you know, have my bunches. I like made all my bunches, and then I started putting them on my rail. I'm calling this a rail. Would it still do it if you heat sealed it? Would it still do wet? Heat seal wet. I don't know what you're talking about. Heat seal, would it still do? I don't know what you mean by if I heat sealed it. Or maybe you were asking someone else. Anyway, so here on the corner, I have a little bit of space. So I am just putting my last bunch of, I call this tulle mesh, because it's kind of see-through and reminds me of tulle, but you know, each person calls it something different. Thank you. Hi if you're coming on late. I'm so glad that y'all are here. I think she means the fluff ends that you fold over. Oh, I have no idea if you would heat seal them. I don't know. That's not something that I do. But one of my things is, if you feel that it'll work, I mean, just try it on a scrap piece, you know, of something. And I want to share something with you, because these, like the cover said 3 feet each. And so this is what I had left from one of the rolls. So it was longer than, it may have had 4 feet on it. I don't know. So don't just, that's why I always tend to buy extra, the one you don't like. Oh, gotcha. Oh, I'm sorry. You were asking if I would heat seal this. That I don't know. I've never done that, but it frayed too much for me, and I'm even like getting anxious just even thinking about it, because I just got irritated with it. I don't know. I've never tried to heat seal it. Are you talking about one of those heat seals with the mesh? I have seen that, but it's a better quality mesh. I'm not quite sure Dollar Tree mesh would do that. So I don't know. I may have to work on that a little. So now this, I have 30 bunches on this. So if you're just coming on, what I did is I took just a heart frame, and I took one of the candy cane. These are the smaller candy canes that Dollar Tree had this year. I took off just this part of this, you know, from here to there. I cut that off, and then I zip tied it together, and then I have a heart rail. And so I'm going to decorate it with you. I'm thinking I'm going to try. Okay, that's great. I would love to know if it turns out. That's a great idea. She was, I misunderstood. She was saying, could I cut this, heat it? There's like a hot knife that you can cut it with. I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea. Okay, so then I was just going to put a bow on it and kind of call it a day. I wasn't sure what I was going to do of just cut off these extra pipe cleaners. I left them on because I didn't know if I wanted to maybe make some small bows. You know, just make some, this is just glittery ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby. Thanks, Lisa. You know, just make some loopy bows and put it on here, you know, just for some sparkle. That was a thought. That was a thought. Because I didn't want to like take away from the tulle and stuff. And so anyway, then I pulled out my, I don't know, this ribbon trim. I got this at Walmart. I got this. This is in my stash. Thanks, Nelda, for sprinkling, spreading the charm. Thank you. I almost forgot to say that. If there's someone that, or you want to save this for on your page, you know, you can spread the charm, spread it to your page, spread it to your friends or whatever, and you can go back later and watch it. Anyway, so I have this trim, this little snowball trim. And, okay, that was the end of that one. So that'll go into my little trim, like, oh yeah. Okay, because, let me move this out of the way because I don't need that anymore. So I thought that I would put this around here because I think it needs a little something. I think it needs a little something, something, you know, to kind of go around here. Just like that. And then, like I said, that's why I called y'all on here to say, come hang out with me, say hi, watch how I do this, because that's what I do when I craft. I'm like, I have an idea, then as I continue to make my craft, I'm like, oh, well, let me pull that out, or let me pull that out. So I pulled out some of these embellishments, and another thing that I pulled out are some of these puffy hearts that I got from Hobby Lobby, my favorite store. You know, they have them in red, black, and gray. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll like stick some puffy hearts in here. Well, then I'm like, oh, well, no, I like that. Well, that's too little. So I don't have a heart that will fit this right here. I've used all that I had. So what I thought that I would do is I have some cardboard from I don't know, I think it's from a calendar or something. Anyway, so I have this paper that I got from Hobby Lobby as well. And I have this extra heart frame, so I thought that I would try, because I want the heart to just set in here. Just set in there, just like that. And so I thought that I would trace that out and do the Heat Mod Podge method. Have y'all seen that? Have y'all seen the Heat Mod Podge method? You know, I was kind of late to the party. I wasn't using it. And when I started using it, I'm like, yes, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. And so anyway, what I thought that I would do is just trace out this, like the inner part of the heart. And then Mod Podge this paper on there, and then that will be the center of my heart. So the idea works in my head, so we're gonna see if it works out. So we're gonna see if it works out. So let's see. I'd want to make sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace out this heart, but then when I cut it out, I think I'm going to cut it out just a tad. Does it? I don't know. I'm not familiar with Timeless Treasure. The Heat Mod Podge Heat method. Awesome. Yes, I love it so much. If you haven't tried it, if you like the wet Mod Podge, if you use Mod Podge to, you know, put down your paper and all of that good stuff, try it. We're going to do it today. Yes, we are. And you know what? I need my little iron. Let me grab that. My little mini heat press. Where is my mini heat? Oh, I put it down here so that I could have it I just have it have its own little container. So this is my little mini iron. I have a mini Cricut heat press. There are a lot of crafters that use mini irons that they say that they got them off of Amazon. So that's an idea. But I'm just kind of using what I have. My mini heat press. So let me plug that in and just turn it on. It doesn't take too long for it to heat up, just, you know, I don't know, a minute or so. And okay, so this is how our heart is looking so far. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it off, or cut it around it just about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch more than what the pencil drew, because I want it to, you know, like fit in that heart very nicely. So let me get rid of some of this cardboard. So I'm just cutting off about 1/4 of an inch more. So I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. It is going to be a very cold here this weekend in my part of Texas. It is the winter season, so we should be used to it. But like I said earlier, when you have 70s one day, I'm a 70-ish kind of girl. 70-ish kind of girl. And I just love it so much. You know, I could just live, if I could go live somewhere where it's 70 all time, I would be a happy girl. Okay, so this is how our heart looks now. And I saw a little wonky. It had a little, didn't get that right. So this is how it looks now. So then here's the paper that I'm going to use. And so to get the, I don't need that anymore. So to get the correct pattern, or the exact pattern for it to line up, I will trace it on the front because I like it to be even so it doesn't look odd. And so just gonna lightly trace that. Lightly trace that. Yes, Connie, Texas can have all 4 seasons in one day. That is so funny. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So then this is what I did. I just traced off, or just traced my heart on the front because I want this certain section of paper, and I hope that it works out the way that it works in my head, because if it works out the same way that it works in my head, we're going to be in business. That's right. The Mod Podge Heat Method does not it takes care of the wrinkles. And so that was always one of my biggest frustrations with working with Mod Podge, wet Mod Podge, is that it would have the wrinkles in it. Anyway, so this is how my heart looks now. And it looks like I'm freezing up. Some of the crafters that I was watching the last few days, they were saying how Facebook has been freezing up. Anyway, so let's see, we need to get my brush, and I don't know. I know it's going to go into wet Mod Podge, but I am just, I don't know, weird about it. I just wet my brush. Not weird, but it's just what I do. It's just what I do. So I just have a brush, and just always have water on my table. Anyway, I just have some Mod Podge. Mod Podge. So we're just going to do the heat method. I'm going to put this Mod Podge on my heart, And, you know, who knows? I probably didn't get it. Let me get a, oh, here. I'll just use this. I don't want to get Mod Podge on my table. Anyway, so just going to put Mod Podge all over this heart. And I didn't have this size heart, any more of those left from the Dollar Tree. So I said, what do I have that I could use for a heart? And so I was looking around my craft room and I said, oh, I have cardboard. Okay, now this is trying to stick. So then I put a layer of Mod Podge on my heart. And then now I'm going to dry it. And then I'm using just my little mini heat press just as an iron. A lot of crafters, a lot of my friends say that they got their mini iron off of Amazon. And so I am just blowing my heart all over the table. Thanks for watching today, guys. I sent out a message to my group, to my texting community. If you would like to join that, I'll send you a text next time I go live on Facebook or post a video to YouTube. It's 979-316-7944. All you have to do is say join, and I'll add you to my groups. And I started out on YouTube, so I guess that's one of the reasons why I continue to do that. But there's just so much community, and we're just growing and growing and growing. So I'm so glad that you're here watching. Anyway, so then I see here down at the bottom, I missed a part, or I missed a little section. So I'm just going to take a brush and brush that. And so someone had asked me if I find, you know, that it sticks really well, like this heat transfer method, and I do. I have been using it a couple of times. I just make sure that I have my Mod Podge on. Hi, Lori. I make sure that I have my Mod Podge completely around the edges and all of that stuff. So I'm just drying this up. And so, okay. And my heat tool just fell down. So then now this is how fast it is. It just, hi Tracy. This is how it's all dried now. And so let me close this up. So then this is the paper that I'm using, and I'm just using my little mini heat press, which is from Cricut, and that is just a little iron that I have. It's something that I had purchased a long time ago, a couple of years ago, and I said, well, why buy a new iron when you have that one? So now we're just going to Mod Podge this, or actually heat transfer this on. And what the iron does, you know, what it does is it just transfers the heat Mod Podge onto the back of the paper. And I've done it on a couple of signs, and you know, I go back and check it the next day or a couple of days later, and it works great. So I just have, hi Virginia, I just have some parchment paper. And also some friends have shared that they have used tissue paper or wax paper. One friend said she used Teflon sheets. So just something that kind of protects it a bit, I guess. So now what I'm going to do is I have my little mini heat press. This is a mini heat press. The last time that I was on and I used this, someone asked what this little iron was. That's what this is. And so I am just doing, I find this so satisfying. You know, I don't know, I go around the edges and just make sure that everything is, you know, down good. Down good. So I take my, oh, hi, Audrey. My son, I have a 15-year-old. He's a freshman in high school, so he's not driving yet. And so then my 7-year-old grandson, they live next door, so I take them to school every morning. And my grandson, you know, I had warned him last night. I said, hey, you're going to need your big coat in the morning and your gloves and your hat, because we had 70s yesterday. And then today we have 30s, you know, where it's like freezing temperature. And so, okay, so this is how it is. So it's all attached. I can feel it. I didn't have this size of heart, so I just traced it out, and I just traced out the inner of this one so that it would fit in this rail. This is what I'm working on right now. And so, yeah, it's good. It's a little warm, but that's to be expected because I just heated it. Anyway, so my grandson is 7, and he's like, is it gonna snow? I want it to snow. I'm just taking this and just going around the edges just to reinforce them. I don't know. It's just a personal thing. Hi, Kathy. Good afternoon to you. Audrey says, you have a junior in high school? Yes, the time does go fast. The memories, you know, like on Facebook, we have like the memories. This morning it came up, his 3rd grade volcano project. 3rd grade volcano project. And so I showed it to him, and I was like, oh, look, my little baby, my little boy. And he just, you know, he just smiled. He's like, oh, Mom, you know. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you were so little. And because he's tall now, he's almost, he's 5'10", so he's almost 6 foot. He's a freshman in high school. And he said, that was 6 years ago, Mom. You know, like, duh. Anyway, so, but time does go by fast. Hi, Marcy, new to your page. Love the video of the heart behind you. Thank you. This one right here. Yes, I do have a video on that on my page. Yes, I just posted that just this week. I had done a YouTube collaboration with some friends on my YouTube channel, and I had 4 different projects. I did this one, this Be My Valentine, and then I also did the gnome right here. The little gnome up there, and then I did the little rolling pins, and I did this XOXO sign. I actually had shared this today. I just used one of the tags from the Dollar Tree, and it just cut off that part, you know, that curves. And this was inspired by my sweet friend Summer from Hammond's Nest. I'm sure a lot of you, if you follow me, you're already following Summer because she is awesome. Awesome. Okay, so it's all, oh, hello. We don't want to have things falling. So this is how our heart looks. And so this was my idea for it just to sit in there like that. Oh my goodness. Debbie says it was 60 here yesterday and 9 today. Yes, I tell you, girl, I feel your pain. So this is what my thought was, this right here. So I just traced, I had another heart frame. I just traced around it. And that is how I got this heart. And you know what? That's a great idea. I might be, you know, who needs Dollar Tree? Dollar Tree $1.25, right? Oh, thanks, Janisa. Thanks, I appreciate that. Okay, so I can't leave well enough alone. So I like to add some shading, and you know, you can get shading different ways. And so I like to do shading just using some vintage photo distressing ink. Whoops. That would not have been good if it would have fell right on it. Anyway, so I just have these little finger daubers that have little sponges on it. It's just stuff that I have in my craft room. But I'm not saying to go out and purchase these things like this. You can use a paper towel or something like that to get it on. But I just like to add just a little bit of distressing around my projects because I'm very country and I like that. I just like the distressing look of it. It just kind of adds just a little offset to it. It adds a little depth and dimension. And I like that look. So, you know, it just kind of just adds a lot. Thanks, Shannon. All right. So this, like I said, this vintage, it's called Vintage Photo from, I think it's like Tim Holtz or Ranger or something like that. And I just get it off of Amazon, or I get it, I find it in like Hobby Lobby in the scrapbooking section. Anyway, so then also I like to doodle my projects, and I do that with my black Sharpie marker. And I'm just going to share some tips that I have found because I get comments sometimes with doodling and splattering and that kind of thing. I like to use the Sharpie brand of markers only because it doesn't seem to smear as much. Thanks, Cindy. And so now what I'm doing, I'm just adding just some squiggly doodles around my heart. And it's just kind of one of my signatures that I like to do for just I wanted to say painted project, but this is a faux painted project. A faux painted project. I just cut out a heart off of some cardboard and then, you know, just adhered some scrapbook paper to it. And this is the reason why I take the scrapbook paper and cut it out from the front side so that I can get the right pattern for it, because I tend to get off. As much as I try to line it up, I found that I have to trace it out on the front, otherwise I get it off. So I don't know if anyone else can feel me, but this is where we're at. So this is what it's going to do. It's going to get right in there. Right in there. It's going to sit right in there. And so I guess I cleaned up in my craft room, and so I called myself putting stuff back where it belongs, Tracy. So I put my little things back. So what I'm going to do is I like to, let's see, how many rolls of mesh did you use for the skirt part? This is what's left out of 2 rolls of each. So 2 red, 2 pink, and 2 pale pink, and 2 hot pink. This is what's left, and it ain't that much on there. So I would say two good rolls of each, and I got 30. I made 30 bunches of 6-inch tulle. I cut these at 6 inches, and I got 30 bunches out of there. Okay, so then I like to do some splattering on my projects. So I just have some black paint, and I am very old school, and I love it. Love it, love it so much. Let me turn this off. My little mini heat iron. I don't need that anymore. I also love your nails too. Oh, girl. Thank you. Just Walmart fingernail polish. Walmart fingernail polish. Okay, let's see. You're sweet. Anyway, I just use a stiff stencil brush. Some friends that like the splattering have shared that they use toothbrush. They use their fingers. I don't. That gets too messy. I have been splatter painting for many years, and so I have learned how to control my splatter, if that makes sense. But I do protect my space because it does go everywhere, no matter how much you learn to control it. Anyway, so this is how it turned out after. We finally hit 8 degrees here in southwestern Wisconsin. Oh, wow, Kathy. Wow. Wow. And I did go to Whataburger this morning. I had somebody on my last live when I had taken a drink. She was like, oh, Whataburger. She like used to live in Texas. So hello if you're on here today. And it just reminded her of home. Okay. So I'm going to hit this a little bit with my heat tool. Anyway, last year in Texas, we got that big ice storm, and so that was pretty scary, you know, because we go through different seasons, you know, in ice, and see, our area, like especially Texas, we're not equipped for those ice storms, and we got too many bridges and hills and all of that good stuff. And so basically it kind of shuts down our whole area. My husband ended up having to be at work, and so it was just me and my 15-year-old, but we did good. God was good. Let me tell you, we never lost electricity. It was cold, but it was I dread that. I don't want that again. Oh wow, I call it Snow Apocalypse 20. Okay, so anyway, this is how my heart looks now. And so I just want to make sure that it's dry, because I will put a varnish on it. Actually, what I'll probably do is hit it with this. I like to use this Americana Sealer Finisher. This right here, I find it at Michael's, and so I probably will use that on it. Since it's cardboard. If it was wood, I would use my gloss varnish. But I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. Anyway, so to decorate, so I'm gonna put that to the side. So for my for around my heart, and if you're just tuning in, this is what I'm working on. I made a heart rail. This is a heart wire from the Dollar Tree, and then I just took a section of a candy cane and just zip tied it together and made a heart rail. It's my first one, and I love it. I love it. Anyway, so I have just this little snowball mesh that I'm just going to, and you can kind of see, I'll show y'all the back. I just zip tied it. I just kind of alternated it on, you know, on the wires, just to like zigzag it, that I could get it all on. Anyway, so I thought that I would just put this snowball trim mesh ribbon. I think it's called trim. I got at Walmart. You know, Walmart, you can find some good things. Okay. All right. So what I'm thinking is I'll just go around like this. And I really thought that this snowball, I'm calling it snowball because it has little balls on the end. So that's why I'm calling it a snowball. Thanks, Linda. Sometimes I just want to make sure and get my the ends of my snowballs. I don't want them to be twisted, so that's why I'm kind of taking my time. Oh, thanks. Connie asked, do I shop very much at King Dollar in Brenham? King Dollar is a dollar store. They're called a dollar store. Also, what are they up to? Like $1. I think the last time I was there was $1.35. Not that much, Connie. I don't know why, because every time I go there, I do find stuff. but I don't know, it's kind of, and it's not too far from Dollar Tree for me, but I guess the shopping center that it's in is, it's hard to park. And so I don't go in there that much. And I hope I have, am I going to have, oh yes, I will have enough. I have a little piece from another one that I have. Ruby says our Walmart does not have much. You live in Morrilton, Arkansas. I'm sorry. Our Walmart is pretty good. Oh, it is going to. I'm going to have to piece it together, but that's okay. Because it just, so this is where I ended up. Just like that. So let me glue this down. And what's good about this tool, I don't have to worry about it smushing. Like, you know, because if it smushes, it'll perk right back up. So this snowball mesh came from, our snowball ribbon came from, our trim came from Walmart. So that's where we're at. So I need just a little bit more. And thank you, Jesus. I have just a little bit more. He always comes through. Always, always. So I'll have to put that on my shopping list. Oh, thank you, Becky. I owe all the gifts and talents to the Lord. And also, I'm just so appreciative that y'all are here watching, because if nobody watched, there wouldn't be any purpose for us to do this, I guess. So I'm just... All right. So here we go. Amen is right. Love it. This is how it's looking so far. All right. And I have this much left. Yes. Yes. That's good. Okay. All right. So this is how we're looking so far. So what I thought, my thought was I was going to put a bow up here like a, I don't know, like a messy bow, like a lacy bow kind of thing. I haven't pulled my ribbons out on that yet. I didn't even think about that. So, anyway, but this is where we're at. I can see better laying down. And so I have to remember that y'all cannot see laying down, that y'all have to see up. So I don't know, for my first heart rail, I love it. I love it so much, you know, and this just looks odd to me. I may end up having to go back and, I don't know, it looks okay. Anyway, so, you know, that's just the beauty in crafting, Okay, so then, what I thought was, let me see, I pulled out some of these things also. So I have some of these small Grapevine Hearts from the Dollar Tree, and this is dry now. So then I thought that maybe I would decorate it with this, with some flowers on it like that. That's what I was thinking. I pulled out some of these little, what are these called? These are from the Dollar Tree, little wildflowers. Oh, these are more peachy. I thought they were pink. Maybe I grabbed the wrong ones. Do you do that? Do you like look at something, you know, like this can, and then you grab the one next to it? I do that so much. Oh, Trina, you're sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you. Anyway, so I thought about these little flowers. I think I have some pink ones. These look more peachy. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They might be fine. But I thought that I would glue that here and put some little flowers in there. And then also what I thought is I have these glitter picks from the Dollar Tree. These are solid, and then these have the open heart. And I had these two extra, like in my stash. So that's where I kind of got the idea. And I thought maybe I would stick some picks in here. Put this heart right here. Put a bow right here. And then I also have this love from the Dollar General. I don't know why we say that, because I guess I say the Dollar Tree, and so then I say the Dollar General. No, it's just Dollar General. So I have this also, and so then I thought, well, maybe do I want to put this like this? This is just an idea. I'm just throwing different ideas out. That looks good too. I'm just going to glue that in there. That looks good too. Just like that. So many different options. But this right here, these little puffy hearts or this little puffy heart was the inspiration for this right here. Because it was too little, you know? I was like, ooh, I need a puffy heart. And then I was trying to think of a way to make a puffy heart, you know? So anyway, but that's what I did. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that in this right here. I'm going to probably glue this one, and I'm going to go back and look, because I think I have pink flowers. These are more peachy, but then these would work as well. Anyway, and then I think that I will put these on there too. So anyway, but I will put the finish picture of the finished project on my page. Also, I am filming a video of how I did it from start to finish, and I'll just incorporate this, you know, all of this into the video. So thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all for being here. Thanks for loving it, Cindy. I love it too. I love the way that it turned out. You know, it turned out even better than what I thought in my head. Thanks so much. Y'all have a great day. Stay warm wherever you're at. Thank you. All right. Thanks, Nancy. Thanks for spreading the blessings or spreading the charm. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day. God bless.